Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hey everyone, I'm Sofyan Octaviansyah. In today's video, we are diving into chapter 4 of an introduction to psycholinguistics. This chapter focuses on wild and isolated children and what their case tell us about how and when humans learn language. It is fascinating, a bit heartbreaking, and incredibly insightful. Let's begin with a few real life stories. Victor, the wild boy of Aveyron, found in the woods of France in the late 1600. Despite efforts to educate him, he never learned to speak purely. Jeannie, an American girl who was locked away by her father for over 13 years. After being rescued, she learned many words but never mastered grammar. Isabel, raised in isolation with her deaf, mute mother, discovered at age 6 she was able to learn language relatively quickly and catch up to her peers. Chelsea, deaf from birth but only got hearing aids at age 32. She learned vocabulary, but her grammar remained very limited. And Helen Keller, deaf and blind from infancy, yet she learned to communicate fluently through touch thanks to her teacher, Anne Sullivan. We also hear about Oksana and Adilk, children from Ukraine who were raised by dogs. When found, they barked, walked on all fours, and showed almost no human language use. These aren't just strange stories, they are powerful case studies about how humans acquire language. And next, what this case teaches us. So, what can we learn from all this? The big idea is the critical period hypothesis. There seems to be a limited window in early childhood, possibly until puberty, when the brain is especially equipped to learn language naturally. If a child doesn't get enough exposure to language during his time, their ability to ever fully learn it might be permanently reduced. But not all hope is lost. Some cases, like Isabel and Helen Keller, show that early and intensive intervention can still lead to strong language development, depending on the child's age, brain development, and support and environment. The key takeaways is language development needs early exposure, especially to real interaction. The brains may have a critical period for language learning. After that, it gets much harder. This case also reminds us of the deep connection between language, social interaction, and cognitive growth. The conclusion for chapter 4 is more than just stories. It is a powerful reminder of how essential language is to being human. And it shows us that learning language is not just about words, it's about timing, connection, and experience. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next chapter. Thank you.